an ultimate global podcast. Hello, and welcome to our special weekly podcast on trending international and social affairs. You're listening to Saurabh Kora and George Mavros from Sydney.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone, to another episode of Ultimate Global Podcast. In today's episode, we are in fact joined by one of our very popular guests. Whenever he visits Ultimate Global Podcast, we always have the highest number of viewership on LinkedIn as well as on Instagram. We are again joined by Kumar Jha, who is the founder of Opportunities Australia. And in today's episode, we are going to talk about the upcoming event of Opportunities Australia, which is Aspiring Entrepreneurs Graduation Night. And I would leave it up to Kumar to tell more about what this night is all going to be about. And also because Opportunities Australia is always known to organize these mega events, which bring in the maximum audience. And I'm sure that this event is going to bring the highest number of audience again, because guess what? It's happening at the most prestigious location of Sydney, that is the town hall. So, Kumar, I would hand it over to you to tell more about what this event is going to bring forward for the audience.
Thanks very much, Saurabh. And, I am no popular on Opportunities Australia is just picking up the momentum. But we are very excited about this upcoming event on 11th of May at Sydney Town Hall between 5 to 8 p.m. We have got a series of guests coming up. Chief guest is David Thodey, who was previously the CEO for Telstra, which is the largest telco company of Australia. And he's got great reputation in the industry. So very pleased to have David Thodey. And then besides him, there would be several other leaders who are our honored guests. And the list goes on as CEO for Service New South Wales, CTO for PwC, Tim Larcos, founder Vinnies, CEO Sleepout, Fehon, Executive Director, Greater Sydney Commission, Annie Parker, Vinnies Head of Comms, Yolanda Saiz, and Director AusRelief, Mikati. And the list will continue to grow. We will have a couple of MPs, and hopefully the mayor from City of Sydney as well will join us. So it would be a prestigious event. It would be an important event in the history of Opportunities Australia. And it would be very helpful for aspiring entrepreneurs who would be able to learn a lot from this event. So what we are doing at this event is we have trained our entrepreneurs at residence to be business ready. So we have been training them for the past 8 weeks in the areas of business planning, IT, legal, sales pitch, etc. And we are bringing a couple of VCs in there, like Microsoft, who has got up to 500,000 for the right candidates. So it's very special for these aspiring entrepreneurs, and we are really looking forward to that night. Sydney Town Hall can hold up to 2,000 people, so it would be great if you come around and support our entrepreneurs and learn from the journey. You could be our next aspiring entrepreneurs. We have been providing these training free of charge, so people can actually make the most of it. There have been lots of entrepreneurs who don't have much money to be able to afford professionals like lawyers or chartered accountants, etc. So we've been able to pull everyone together to be able to deliver these kind of programs. So really excited about the program, and there would be some entertainment as well. So we would have a choir from One Voice. That's a special community group. And there would be 40 people, beautiful singers. So looking forward to that. We are also trying to organize a hip hop dance group. So hopefully we'll have that in the coming weeks. And all of these speakers will be talking about aspiring entrepreneurs and how important it is for Australia to be able to support these small entrepreneurs. And there'd be a couple of other guest speakers as well who would be talking in various areas. So these are the things I can think of, and the team at Opportunities Australia is very excited to have the viewers of your episodes, Saurabh. So yeah, over to you.
Thank you so much for telling us more about the event. So you told about some networking as well as the social aspects of the event, but I also want to understand from you, how did you come up with this idea of aspiring entrepreneurs? Because I'm sure this must have been a very exciting journey for you to come up with this idea and now take it to the next level.
At some point, I was an aspiring entrepreneur as well. It was my dream to start an ad agency, so I did around 8 years ago. At that time, I had no one to help me out to set up my business and give me the guidance to run it effectively. So I struggled at that time. In Australia, out of the entire businesses, 95% of them are made of small businesses. Out of those small businesses, 95% of startups fail. There isn't much support out there. So, with my experience, I have learned that, and whatever feelings I have in me, I have decided to start this program so everyone wouldn't suffer like I did, and there would be more successful entrepreneurs, establishing in Australia. They'd be able to support the families, and they'd be able to keep the money at home rather than having a multinational where money leaves the country, and the rest. So trying to support the small entrepreneurs so they can support the communities and their families.
Yeah. And would you also like to touch base upon the mentors, where they are coming from, what their backgrounds are, who are actually, making these entrepreneurs ready for that graduation night?
These are highly qualified professionals. So, as I mentioned, we got lawyers, we got successful business people, we got chartered accountants, we got project managers, and the list goes on. We got professors from universities as well. So, we have a team of around 20 people taking part into this to be able to make it successful. And we have 8 weeks of sessions. So, yeah, very professional people, and proud of them.
And for this graduation night, who all are welcome from Opportunities Australia side, or is anyone welcome to just come and join the event from Sydney and Australia?
Absolutely. Anyone and everyone is welcome. Those who feel that there is something to learn from it, um, even though you're not in the mindset to learn how to become an entrepreneur, you could still come along and be entertained. Because, as I mentioned, there'd be a choir, there'd be hip hop dancers, etc. There'd be plenty of senior executives out there, which would be very hard to catch, really. Um, these speakers, they go into very high level profile, very high level programs, where the entry cost would be $200 or so. So we have tried to keep the entry charges as low as $15. So we do understand that people come from different walks of lives, and we try to keep the cost as low as possible. So yes, anyone and everyone is welcome.
And anything else, Kumar, from your side that you want to share related to this event, especially in terms of the kind of audience? You have already mentioned the chief guests, and I'm sure that whosoever is coming, they will be wanting to interact with those eminent people from the industry, from politics, because that's the place for you to build your network also and enter into some sort of professional and personal networking, isn't it?
It's all about networking. So politics aside, there'd be several very high profile people. As I mentioned, former CEO of Telstra, who has been an industry leader and has got a lot of respect in the industry. So he has put, David Thodey has put Australia onto the world map. So very successful person. And then after, as I mentioned, there'd be other senior leaders like the CTO of PwC, then CEO of Service New South Wales, and several other senior executives. And it would be a great opportunity for you guys to be able to network with them and be able to learn from them. So, yeah, come around and enjoy that.
You also told that there will be a choir of 40 singers. So, what are the special performances that we are expecting from the choir this time? Last time when I attended, I we were able to hear really great songs. So, are there any special performances, or you just want to keep it as a surprise for now?
Um, it would mostly be surprise, but one song that we really love, which is We Are Australian. So, this touches on the multicultural side of Australia, and us being representing multiculturalism in Australia, we do want to keep on um, bringing that, anytime we have a chance. So definitely, this is to represent you, myself, and rest of the people in that room. So that song is very important. A lot of people, they want that song to turn into Australian national anthem, and hopefully in future it does become that. So yeah, that's a very special song that we are going to repeat for this event. But besides that, yeah, you'll be surprised by some beautiful songs. Actually, you would know that, and you'll enjoy. So yeah.
And I think this night is all about aspiring entrepreneurs, people who are really coming up with their new ideas in Sydney and Australia. So, do you have any message for people who might not be a part of this night, because they are not participating, they are not a direct participant, but they are just coming as an audience and want to take motivation from those who have already participated, taken mentorship from your experienced mentors? Do you have any message for them? Because being an entrepreneur, you yourself you are an entrepreneur, you're running your own NGO, but it's very hard, it's very challenging, you face a lot of struggles. Do you have any message for those entrepreneurs as to how they can overcome those struggles and again come back on the next day to fight back and do something good?
Absolutely. Well, that's a very challenging question, I must say. Entrepreneurship is a journey, and it's no rosy journey, really. So life throws a lot of punches at you, and you just have to bear them and get up. And you don't have time for downtime, or just wind up or so. Um, Persistence is the key, and I have been told that, and I follow that, and this is the main thing that I say. And always be creative. If one step, one way doesn't work, so then you're going to go for another one. And you have also learned your lesson that that particular way is not going to work. So then there are limited steps that are going to work, right? So say for example, there are 50 ways to get to a thing, and get to a destination, and you have been trying different ways. So you keep on eliminating all those options, so then you're left with limited ways to actually get to your destination. So there are different ways to look into failures. So the main thing is to be persistent, have a positive mindset. um, Failures are the pillars of success, of course. And the world is made of beautiful people, amazing people, and supportive people. So you will always find great supportive people, just like I have. It's been a great entrepreneurial journey for me as well. Not always that I speak to people, they would say yes to me for the things that I ask, that I request them for. But yeah, people do say yes. Sometimes it takes a bit of a time. A lot of these high profile guests that I am bringing on board, don't take it for granted that I have just asked them for once and then they turn around and said yes. Um, with some of these guests, it has taken years to be able to convince them to this stage that I asked them to come to my event, and they turn around now, just with one ask, and they say, okay, I'm ready to come on board for whatever you ask me to come for. Of course, you got to have a real purpose, and an honest purpose. Something you can't just convert people to do anything for you. As long as you have got a great purpose out there, and my purpose is to serve the communities. What other purpose can you have but to serve the community out there? So these people can see that, and they like to support it. So always try to have a solution for the community. And once your product meets that, then there would always be people out there to support you in order to support the communities. Even though you have a product that you're charging for, your company is for profit, that is okay. Everyone has to make money. My company is not for profit. That is completely fine that your company would be for profit. As long as you are there to resolve an issue, you would be right. So just keep working.
One of the questions that I definitely want to ask you before we end today's discussion, Kumar, is the importance of business mentors. Because, in this program, these entrepreneurs have been guided by business mentors. In our life also, I
Mhm.
really feel that there is an importance of having a business mentor, also having personal mentor who can actually guide you throughout your journey. How do you feel the importance of business mentors, personal mentors, especially after running this kind of a program where you are guiding new entrepreneurs?
It's very important to have a mentor in your life. A business mentor is going to coach you in order to be successful in your entrepreneurial journey. If you're really passionate about your business, well, this is going to be very important for you. And you really don't want to fail in your business because it breaks the morale, etc. So important to have the right mentors around you. Everyone knows that the 5 people you surround yourself with, you start to act like them. So you are the end product of the 5 people you surround yourself with. So choose people carefully. And if you have chosen some of the high profile mentors and they have agreed to come into your life and support you, this is going to be an amazing journey for you. Just like you, Saurabh, I came to Australia as an international student. I did a couple of master's degrees. I always surrounded myself with the right people and high profile mentors, etc. And I continue to learn. And here I am running my second business in Australia. It gets a bit uncomfortable. This is another territory. A lot of things I had to unlearn, a lot of new things I had to learn. Settle myself into a different country and then make all those contacts, etc. You'd understand the pain of establishing your business and trying to make it successful in another country. So I am no different. I had to go through it all, but I went through that with a positive mindset. And thanks very much for all the business and personal contacts that I've had, my business mentors and personal mentors as well, who have really helped me in order to grow my business mindset as well as my personal capabilities. So speaking of personal capabilities, there's a lot of soft skills, I mean, coming from another culture, as I mentioned, that a lot of things I needed to unlearn, and then, a lot of new things I had to learn. So yeah, it has been very beneficial to be able to have some of the successful people from the communities as well as from the business world to help me in my personal life as well, just to build communication, just to have a routine in the life, and picking on the right things. On a weekend, I would have a choice to go to a party or various parties and just kill my time, or to actually dedicate it towards building up the charity and try to spend time on lifting someone's life. So I don't know how to put it. Is it a business thing I'm doing or a personal thing I'm doing? So there's a fine line there. Like I am living my life to serve the communities. So you go figure. Like which category you put that in. But as long as I'm trying to save my time in order to serve the communities, I think that's the most important thing. And I can't thank enough to my mentors in life to have really changed my life. So, and I'm just getting started. So, yeah.
Yep, and I think even I always want to, have personal life mentors, business mentors in my life as well. One of the business mentors, that I met in Sydney was you, who always guides me on different things, little elements, right from capturing the accent in the right way, and having those elements. I'm still learning a lot of things, and there are, things that you should always keep on learning from people who are more experienced than you, who have got more wisdom than you, who have seen more life than you, so that you can keep on learning and improving yourself, because that's how you can grow. Otherwise, you will stay where you are if you work with a fixed mindset, right? So before we end today's podcast, any final thoughts on this graduation night from you, Kumar?
Come around, enjoy it, and learn as much as you can, and be ready for another event. So this is going to be an important event for us. The venue is great, and there'll be a lot of entertainment and a lot of learning coming out of it. So don't miss it. That's all I can say. Thanks, Saurabh.
Thank you so much, everyone. And I'll be sharing the link of the event on our YouTube channel and also the LinkedIn channel. So if you haven't yet booked your ticket, you need to click on the button, book your tickets right now. And we hope to see you on that event on the 11th of May in the evening, because this is an event which you should never miss. It's a great opportunity for you to network, as Kumar just pointed out. And so I am sure that you all will be there to enjoy that evening, because it's going to be a mix of both social and professional networking that you are going to achieve. Thank you so much, Kumar, for again participating in our episode.
Thanks very much, Saurabh. Thanks for having me, and thanks for supporting those entrepreneurs. So we really look forward to seeing you guys there. Thank you.
This is an Ultimate Global Podcast. Hello, and welcome to our special weekly podcast on trending international and social affairs. You're listening to Saurabh Kora and George Mavros from Sydney.